Are we live, guys? I'm not sure. It says stop streaming. Didn't even have the didn't even have the live stream intro on. So wow. Are we streaming? Aren't we streaming? I am going to have to wait till I see you guys because I didn't even get to change anything. Oh my goodness. As soon as I see somebody tell me that I'm not talking to myself and that, hello, you can see me. Audio is live, video is live. Wow. Guys, my apologies. So many people. Oh my goodness. Let me see everybody that is here. Hello, everyone. Whew. So I am in the process of transitioning some things in the studio just to kind of give you, a quick synopsis of what the heck happened there. I'm in the process of changing some things around in the studio, and one of them is my choice of who I am going to be streaming with. And I used to stream with Streamlabs OBS, and for personal reasons, I have chosen to no longer support Streamlabs OBS and go with a different source for my stream. Well, the one that I wanted to go with didn't pan out to have ready for today, and I was like, that's okay, we'll just use the one that I know. We'll go with OBS. And I tried to go with OBS, and I guess it's been a while since I've used OBS because, it was there. Apparently it was there. I just wasn't seeing the right spot to click. So it was completely user error. So hello, Tara Giblin. And hello, Sheila. Thanks for joining. Joseph is here. Gypsy Heart Crafts is here. Hello. Just continuing to scroll through real quick. I'm not even getting a chance to read this. I just want to see who is here. Hello, Belle Bolzer. Thanks for joining us. Rob Younts. Hi, Rob. You got my message on MeWe. I saw when I saw you had asked about it in live streams, and I was like, I wanted to tag you to make sure that you would see that we are still doing them, and we would love to have you with us, and I'm so glad that you're here. So hello to Rob. Thanks for joining us. Okay. George says, I'm late anyways, works out for me. Okay, George, that's not, no worries, because it was chaos getting here. Just parking was terrible. Oh, did you bring snacks though? That's what I gotta know. Did you bring snacks? Okay. And Diane Schwer. Hello. Thank you for joining us. D. Lynn Creative Arts is here. Teresa Mazzotti is in the house. Dawn Dini, is that correct? Am I saying that right? Hello, Dawn. Oh. It was Joseph. It was totally a me thing. It was just, I have been working on getting today squared away, and Sheila says, there I am here. So, okay. And good morning to Starving Artist Collective. Just got the link to, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna touch on that in just a second, and we are going to dive in here because, oh my goodness. I am sorry, just trying to breathe. It was chaos last week. Chaos. I promise you guys, things are happening around here, and we are going to be exciting stuff. So you're like, what is this crazy stuff on the desk? Well, I have a new art supply, which I wanted to be able to get some more. There's so much more I wanted to do, and there's something else I wanted to show you because of this stuff with the whole streaming thing and making sure that I could still be with you today. I wasn't able to expand on the stuff that I wanted to show you. However, I think that I'm hoping you guys are going to like this as much as I am. And I'm sorry, I'm being distracted just because I'm seeing a warning that says the bitrate is lower than recommended, and I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing everything okay. So that stream is healthy, so hopefully you're seeing everything just fine. Hopefully. Okay. I'm not going to look at that anymore. I'm focusing on you guys. ADHD. Like my brain is like 100 miles an hour right now. All right. So, real quick, let me just say yes. Starving Artist Collective had asked me if I would, or if I was considering an art group to go along with my community. Community? I can speak, I promise. This will settle down. So, and yes, I had been. In fact, I already had one on Facebook, but I don't use Facebook I rarely go on Facebook anymore. And I love MeWe. I just love the community that's on MeWe. So it was just a natural thing to go ahead and create it over here. And you know what? I named that community was struggling with the last question. I'm trying to think which one was that last question. And anyhow, it's okay. You can help me out, right? Yeah, help her out. But don't jump now. Just go visit right after the stream, because the link will be in the description below, and I'm sure that one of the mods will drop it at the very end so you can get there. But don't leave me now. I just got here. It was a struggle getting here. Stay, hang out, keep with me. Oh, okay. So I said hi to D-Lynn. I said hi to Dawn. That just jumped. Yes, please. I do. If you know anybody else that would like to join us, see, all of you that have friended me on MeWe, I immediately sent an invitation out to all of you. And of course, I posted it on my Clark Fine Art page and I didn't post it on my personal page because I sent you all an invitation directly from me. But I did post it on my Clark Fine Art page. And yeah, that's the only other place that I put it out other than right here, right now. And so you will see it. It's right there on the right side of your screen, also showing you that. So if you know other people that might like to join, please invite them. Please invite them. I want to be able to grow the community. Oh my goodness. Belle, I love it. I answered it with trolls are allowed, right? Yes, only friendly trolls. You know, we know friendly trolls. And I think that was a question, the thing about being kind to other people. And like if you were rude, and that you could be removed from the group without notice. And what that is because is I don't want people bullying people. You know, I don't want somebody coming in and well, stay safe, Dawn. I hope that the weather passes and all is well. But you know, I just want to make sure that nobody's going to come in and start bashing someone's art or giving somebody a hard time. And that's what I mean by that. So that is what that's what that question is on that. All right. Oh, here we go. The snacks for today are chicken and Doritos, and George is our snack provider for the chat. He always comes and he's working on some beautiful artwork and has snacks, so now we make them share. So for those of you who are new and don't know what that is about, that's what it is. Oh, and it looks like D, aka Diane Schwer, snack today is, what's that? Oh, so we've got some crackers to go with that other stuff too. Okay, I can't. Oh, and so now that's talking about my message that I said saying they had an issue. I'm just going to ignore it. All is good here. Good to know. Thank you for joining the group. Yay. That is excellent. Okay. Yes. But you know, Starving is our yes, she's the village friendly troll. So we all know that it's not the troll in the mean sense of the way, but she's broken all of us in as we have started live streaming, and we are so happy that she's been around. So, okay, now you can go, but just don't go now because it was too hard to get here. So, okay, I am caught up. There's the chat. We are live. We are ready to go. And I am, again, apologies for the delay. And I have got to remember to put a pinned comment afterwards that says, hey, guys, if you're showing up for the replay, jump to 18 minutes. And so for all of you who are just arriving, 18 minutes in. Hi, welcome. Glad you could join us for the after stream. Okay, again, I'm going to be doing some stuff on camera that I wanted to do off camera, but that's all right. That is all right. We're rolling with it today. And you're probably going, what are these wonderful swatches? And can I just show you, hopefully everything is looking good with the overhead and the side cam. Look at this right here. This product, this is the only, that's it. Those little things, that's all I've ever done with it. And I am not only excited about it, I can't wait to show it to you. We're going to play and we are going to have some fun today. We're going to swatch some stuff out because I definitely want to show you that. So I'm going to grab me some, this is again, just the Canson XL. I don't think I have this listed in the description right below. And I hope that you guys can see this and that we are good because I don't know what it was. Just switching to OBS, it seemed like when I checked my handy dandy exposure card here to make sure you guys would be able to see everything, everything looked good. So hopefully you're seeing everything just fine from the side cam, and hopefully this view is going to give you this view over here, which is in the top right corner of your screen. It's going to give you some interesting stuff to look at. And hopefully everything is looking great. So 10 minutes in for us. Oh, you're right. See that? You are correct. Gypsy Heart says 10 minutes in for us. So yeah, those of you who are, that's right. When I do that, of course, I would scroll right to that point in the video and just timestamp it. But thank you for that because that is my brain. That's how it would be working. So today I have some, of course, B watercolor paper, and this is the 90 pound. I'm going to be ordering some of the 140 pound, which is a little heavier because I am really excited to try that. But you're also going to see I have my cutter because I'm going to cut down some of these sheets. So just in case, my cutter is here. I'm going to move that off to the side for a moment in my little cart. And these are cutting boards. I actually got these at the Dollar Tree, guys. So these were like $1, well, $1.25 now. And look at these little mats, just your standard cutting mat, 6 inches by 8 inches. I'm going to be taping some of the stuff down today because as I do some things, I'm going to set them aside. We're going to do more. And this way here, I've got, I think, 8 of them that I got. And it's going to let me keep moving. And so I can use these in future streams. You know, they're waterproof. It's going to stand up to as much water as the paper does on top of it. I can tape to this. That's what I'm using. So I'm going to set those beside me. I'm running out of places to set things beside me. Now, today for brushes, I do have my silver black velvet brushes here. I wanted, and it was my intention, they are in the description below. We will continue exploring them next week, and I am actually still scanning the studio as I'm talking to you because those brushes that I tried last week, the new ones, they've completely run away on me. I can't find them. I don't know where they are. But you guys have waited long enough. Are you ready to see this new supply? I haven't shown it to you before. I've never unboxed it for you. And in fact, one quick second. Sorry, this is always the professional here. Guys, if you know, and especially those of you who live stream, I know you can sympathize with what I am going through at this moment. However, things always want to be chaos. And there they are. I'm like, wait a minute. I brought my boxes in here. Okay. I promised the delay. Apologies if you can't hear me. I was leaned over. Here's my Karen Dodge palette in case I need that. I'm probably not gonna use the textured side. I also wanted to, this is not linked in the description, but I can link it. I was watching one Ashley's Gypsy Heart Crafts. For those of you who are not familiar, when I say Ashley, I know it's better to say that the name that you see versus the actual person's name. Like a lot of people call me Clark when we're in chats, which I don't mind. I absolutely do not mind. It's actually what I call my husband all the time. I rarely call him Lou. I rarely call him Lou in person. I always call him Clark, but anyways, there's a funny story behind that we don't have time for today. So you remind me if you want to hear it in the future. But I was paying attention to Ashley, Gypsy Heart Crafts, and if I'm talking 100 miles an hour, it feels like I am, which means I probably am talking ridiculously fast. And guys, that is just like the whole ADHD brain. If any of you have it, diagnosed, confirmed, I'm sure you can sympathize with me. My brain goes 100 miles an hour sometimes, and today has been one of those days. But Ashley did a video. She shared this, and she was talking about it staining this palette. So this is the textured side, and this is stained. I might be able to use some rubbing alcohol and get that off, but you know, it's frustrating, but it stained for me too, and I'm trying to remember what that was that I used right there. But anyhow, I just want to make sure, I wanted to say that today I am using the shiny side if I use it at all, and that's just going to, oh, you see my ring light up there and the camera, but that's just going to be to blend, told you ADHD, that's just going to be to blend some of our colors, or to mix some of our colors if I don't use a palette, which I do have palettes. And here we go. Are you ready? Oh, I didn't even realize it's been off camera. I've been hiding it. Well, you might be able to see it up there, but this is what we're doing today. We're using Brusho. I have never used it before. I absolutely love it. Has anybody used this? Has anybody tried this before? Because I was really excited about this, and I cannot wait to show you what this stuff does. And some of the things, like, oh, I had so much planned that got derailed, but that is okay, because I'm going to do another video. This will not be the only one. And Alicia, hi, Alicia R. Thank you for joining us, coffee in hand, and I'll stick around as long as I can. Well, hopefully we can get our butts moving so we can show you something before you would have to leave us. Look at, okay, see, 14 watch, yay! Hello, everybody. Okay, that's exciting. I am so glad you all are here today. He says, 10 likes, smash it, yo. Oh, well, you know what? I haven't given you a reason yet. I have not given you a reason yet to smash that like button, but I hope I'm going to in just a moment, because this is going to be, yeah. Oh, do we have a bot? Would that be a bot that just showed up? And Joseph says he's guilty of something. I'm not sure what you're guilty of, Joseph, but yeah. Listen fast, guilty as charged. Well, I'm glad that you guys listen. I'm glad you can listen as far as I'm talking. Gypsy Heart says, yes, Brusho is fun. It's magic. It is like, I was like, what is this sorcery? And this, I think I put that in the description too. Like, what is this sorcery? This stuff is amazing. So let's get going. Let's talk about how we can use it, what it is. And I'm going to, ready? But with the power of, I've already taken them out of this box, you know, camera magic. Let's bring these little guys out. Here we go. So we have got our colors. Now they come in little pots. All these little pots. And the two sets that I got are linked below. So the ones that you see that actually have their colors on top, let's just go over that so you know what you're getting if this is something that interests you. And of course, the links in the description are affiliate links. And while they do not cost you any more, using them does help support the channel. And yes, I do get a little bit of payment from that. And, you know, until we are monetized, that is one of the ways that your favorite creators actually start to earn a living doing what they love. Okay, so we have got... the first was the set with the colored dots on top of them. That is the Craft Spritzer set. Now it comes with these 8 colors and this Spritzer bottle, which I have already filled with distilled water. So those colors are, and that is in the Craft Spritzer set. Both sets are linked below. You're going to get violet. You are going to get the alizarin crimson. You're going to get orange, turquoise, sea green, gorgeous. That was one of those colors that you saw. I played with that one. And sunburst lemon. Now I will say, and of course your spritzer bottle. And then it has like a brochure of Brusho. And these are all the colors that are available. So it's, you know, pretty limited overall. But I will say that they tell you, you'll see a lot of people that put this is a push pin. Let me see if I can, let's switch you up. And again, I am going to have to do this. It's going to be different. Hopefully it just, there we go. And you guys are seeing it correctly. So this guy here, and you'll see, I actually have a push pin in here. They're round, but it is just a little push pin, just to make that little tiny hole in the top of the container, because it doesn't take much of this stuff to create some magic. So I peeled this right here. Okay. I took the seal off. You'll notice these, I did not. And I only did it on two. I did it on the sea green and the moss green from the other set. And the reason that I did that is, well, I was curious. I want to see what the heck was inside it, right? I'm going to show you guys. If I can do that without making a mess and switch you guys right back overhead. So sea green, ready? My Mickey Mouse is probably going to show on my watch. So there's your powder. So what Brusho is, for those of you who are not familiar, and I'm sorry, there's so much on my desk, it's going to be hard for it to focus, like, and me not spill it. So what Brusho is, for those who are not familiar with it, Brusho is like crystallized watercolory goodness. It is amazing. And it's like pigment, right? It's like pigments in a crystallized form. I guess that's a better way to describe it. Excuse me. Oh, Joseph said, guilty of calling me Clark or Angela and not Clark Fine Art. Clark is fine. People know who, I mean, usually like when you have part of that name, they know who you're talking about. You just say Clark. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. And Clark, Angela, Clark Fine Art, it's all the same. You want me to see what you're saying while you're in the chat, do the @Clark Fine Art. And you see how that's orange on that screen there? That's how I see it on, I'm hovering over it with my mouse like you guys can see. You see how it's orange with the @Clark Fine Art? That's how it looks on my screen, and that's how I know you're talking to me. So if you write it just the way that that is typed out right there, I'm going to see it. And let's see. I'm reading some of the comments, trying to make sure that there's no other question. It's like kitty glitter. It can travel of its own accord. Oh yes, we're going to see. I'm going to share all about that. So, all right. Oh, see that? I have had two colors before, and I peeled the seal, spilled the first one all over the floor, so unsalvageable. And the second I used up completely on abstract backgrounds for bookmarks I made. Yeah, you want to be careful. And that's why I didn't peel any others. And I will probably, I just wanted to wait till I showed this to you guys. Afterwards, I'm going to take some white electrical tape and I'm going to seal this back so I can't just pop it off by accident. But I'm going to be extra careful with the two that are open. So I do recommend, if you get them, don't peel the seals, just stick a push pin, you know, in the top. I bought round ones. They were black. They were cute. They weren't going to stick up as far. I didn't want the plain, you know, like the plain silver button kind. I didn't want that, but... So let's talk about the colors that also came in the assorted pack of 8. So if you get this assorted pack of 8, you're going to receive terracotta, rose red, olive green, sandstone, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, moss green, and lime green. Those are your colors. We are going to swatch them out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you them swatched out and mixed like a regular color, like a watery color. Excuse me. Swatched out like a watercolor. I can speak. And then I'm going to show you what they look like if you just drop them wet in wet, because two completely different things there. So you're going to also, when you get them, you get these books. Whichever set you get this book. And it's going to tell you about Brusho, It says, you know, create bursts of vibrant colors for background. Spritz water on a card or watercolor paper. Sprinkle the Brusho and the crystal color over it and watch as it bursts into amazing fireworks. They're not kidding when they say fireworks. Wait till you see. Fireworks of color across the page. Leave the background as it is for additional effects. Spritz it again. Add additional colors if you require them. You can use stencils. You can, so many things that you can do with this stuff. And then it also talks about, you know, it shows you here, there's bleach. Now, for the bleach technique, I'm not doing it this time because if I'm not really careful, and I'm expose myself to bleach, it'll close my throat up. Like the fumes from bleach will make my throat close. I usually don't use it in the house. And if it is used in the house, it's usually when I am not here. So diluted, I might be able to use it. So what I'm going to have to do is get like a small container and see if maybe I can have Lou mix me up a diluted solution of it so that we can try it, because I've seen it and it does some really interesting things. So yes, I want you to know that that is something you can use, but we're not going to see that one here today. Now I'm going to say that you can also, things that they tell you that you can use with Brusho. I'm not sure if it shows in this book. There's all different kinds of supplies. They have acrylic mist sprays as well. Aqua wax. They have Brusho flow mediums. They're testing me there. And they sell pipettes, and they actually sell them in a pack of 10. So we were just talking, for those of you who were on Ashley Gypsy Heart Crafts stream last night, we were talking about the pipettes and how if you don't pay attention, you're going to get a whole bunch if you order them from Amazon. But anyhow, they sell them in groups of 10. They sell bamboo pens to use with them. I'm going to use something different. Wax sticks. I'm going to show you an alternative than buying that. And we're going to have fun. Another thing on the website that they show that you can use with your Brusho is Mod Podge. And so I do have some here. Are we going to get to that today? I don't know. It's been chaos. We're just trying to be able to show the stuff to you. So that's what Brusho says. Oh, and just a quick information about it for those who are interested in light fastness. I could not find, I was like, well, what are they using to determine light fast? I'm going to pull this off. This is not B paper. This was from the other week. I just want something I can attach, because I'm gonna throw water at this, and I just want to kind of seal it down, because we are going to, I just want to make sure that these are up enough so that we're going to throw some water at this. So I want to make sure that I can tape that down real quick, and we're going to swatch these out so you can see. These are amazing. Okay. Just trying to get all these colors out here in front of me. All right, moving this paper so I don't mess that up. I am a mess, guys. I am, my apologies. I have two palettes here just because I have quite a few colors, and I'm sure I could have done this like, I probably should have. I should have just grabbed my butcher's palette, and that would have been easy too, but you can use whatever you got. All right, so I'm taping this down so we can swatch. I'm going to check chat real fast. Yeah, Dylan, thank you. And if I missed your question, if your question was before this, I'm not skipping you. It just happened I saw this. Avoid the bleach. We want you to breathe. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, when I first realized that's what I was doing, I was cleaning. I want to say I was cleaning the bathroom, and it was like I sprayed the Tilex. Yeah, and all of a sudden it was just like I could not breathe. It was horrible, horrible. And yeah, it's like, well, that's it. I will not be using bleach anymore. There are plenty of alternatives that can do the job and get things clean and sanitary. All right, Sorry, I just pulled that kind of off screen there. I'm just taping down the swatch because I know I'm not going to take this off of here today. I'm going to swatch them and show it to you. Let's clear that. All right, double checking. Oh, yeah, Dealin said she's patiently waiting to purchase the super granulating paints. You and me both. Ashley did a video for those of you. It's the Schminka, correct? I don't have to remember. My brain doesn't need to hold on to that because they're in my cart. So I don't have to worry about that. Again, my apologies for this not being done ahead of time. It was I was afraid I wasn't even going to be able to stream it. I did not want to cancel on you guys because, I've already had January was already long enough. And we are trying to focus on being on track and on a regular schedule. So anyhow, my brain keeps derailing me because I just feel I'm so far behind. Once I feel like I'm not so far behind, it'll settle down, I promise. All right. For those of you, we were talking about Schminka. Yeah, Ashley showed them. She did a video on the super granulating paints. They're gorgeous. Oh, they are gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Sheila, that was a great question. No, the beginning, there you go. You see what I see. So at Clark or at Angela will not highlight my name. You have to do the at Clark Fine Art, just as you did in the beginning, and that does highlight my name. And so great, thank you for asking that because that will help other people too. Okay, just going, I am not seeing my name popping up. And I'm sorry, I will go back and read the chat and see what you guys were all having fun about. But I'm seeing people talking about, hold on guys. Sorry, being able to order being able to order the pipette for water. The super granulating paints and talking about the prices. Let me tell you that Brusho is also expensive. For those of us, it looks like it's kind of crooked. I'm sorry, I'm messing. I should not mess with my camera at the moment, but my overhead is just looking a little from the angle and I wasn't liking it too much. Sorry guys, wasn't trying to make anybody sick. So they're a little pricey because these are made in England. And so, of course, the shipping is like, well, if you get it on Amazon, you're not paying shipping, but trust me, that price is incorporated in there because I did put a link below directly to Colorcraft's website because if you live in the UK and shipping is much cheaper, or if you live in the US. Now, that is not an affiliate link for me. The Amazon and Blick, those are definitely affiliate links for me. But the stuff from Colorcraft is not. I'm not sponsored. They did not send me these products. I purchased them myself, and then I went researching where can I get it. Because you know what color I don't have is black. And in Brusho, I am ordering black so that when we do the next video on this, I can show you how amazing that color is because it is something. Wow. I'm going to actually use, and I got my, you guys are going to hear it. You know the one. You're going to hear my water well. Something in this studio is like, every time I move around, I hope it's not picking up on the sound because I can hear just da-da-da-da-da. But you can hear my water well fill up there probably. Because I do have the, right here, my little one that I can flush and clean. That is linked in the description below. I'm pretty sure my rinse well. All right. Let's start with, I say let's start. We're so late. I'm going to stop apologizing and start doing. How's that? That'd be great. And if you're, please don't beat me up in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. I know, and I'm sorry, and this will not be a regular thing happening. All right. First, I shouldn't even let this. I should mix this to show you. That's what I should do. I'm just grabbing this is just a pigment liner from Art Alternatives, happened to be sitting right over there on the desk. That's what I'm going to grab, and we are going to mark that this is terracotta so we can swatch it. Yes, I am looking to spell this correctly for you folks because I've already established my brain not working today. Terracotta. Then we're going to go to the rose red, olive green. I'm just going whatever random order they were on my desk is the order we're going in. So no particular order. Definitely not like spectral, like color spectrum or anything like that. It just doing it as they come. Sandstone. How many of you have Brusho? How many have used it or seen it used? I didn't even ask you guys today if the audio sounded just fine. I actually got a new thing for my microphone. I am loving it. I am loving it. And I'm supposed to take out any echo that might be in the room. And hopefully it sounds great to you. I kind of mush those up. If those spread out, I'll just adjust. And then down here, I'm gonna go. So this is one set, and then down here is gonna be the other set. So this will be the Spritzer set, and this is the set of 8. So that's going to be sea green. My writing is atrocious right now because, again, hurrying. Sunburst. Lemon. This was all going to be done this morning, and I said no more excuses, just doing. Orange. Turquoise. Why do I have 6? Right, there's 6. Okay. Violet. And alizarin crimson. I'm probably writing uphill. Sorry, it's whatever. See, crimson does not have an H in it. It'll all be okay, I promise. Sorry, guys. Oh, I just got a coughing attack there. I did not want to subject you to. Okay. I asked who has seen it, who has used it, or do you have it? Belle said, I've seen it, but don't own any yet. Haha, yet. Okay. And so terracotta. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take in each of these. So I'm gonna do the one up here in this palette, and then the Spritzer set on this palette. So again, keeping them kind of separate, and I'm going to move them so that you will be, I'm going to put them aside over here for me so that I can just kind of have more room for the stuff that you guys need to see. I do have some Copic white and some Dr. Paige Martin's bleed proof white. Don't know if we're going to use that yet. I do have salt in case you guys wanted to see if salt affects it. That's just an extra spritzer of water. The Mod Podge is there, and we're going to see some stuff. I'll tell you about this after. And also why I have varnish on my desk. So, all right. And I just totally let my brush. This is this brush is not linked in the description. But this one that you're going to see me using first is a Princeton Neptune. It's a 1-inch modeler. I can always link that if anybody's interested. But I'm just using it because it's flat and I can just get a quick, swatch laid down. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is, they say to add the water. Is it add the water to the Brusho or add the Brusho to the what? I don't know. But you know, this is how we're going to do it today. We're going to take the, I'm going to start, oh, I'm going to go this way. Okay, and then I'll go like that for how they come across. So I'm starting with the terracotta, and I'm just tapping that. And you see there, like, I'm not kidding when they say you do not need a lot of this. So terracotta. I'm going to take my pipette, grab a drop of clean water. And that was 4 drops of clean water. My hands are shaking like crazy. And then I'm just going to, actually, maybe I'll grab a silver black velvet. This is my silver black velvet number 8. Of course, these are linked in the description because you guys see me use these all the time. I wanted to be using the other ones, and I'm just going to mix this color up. So when I completely dissolve the pigment here for terracotta, we will get a swatch. There is our color. Okay, and of course, if I do more pigment, it's going to be bolder. And you think because you guys have like waited so long, I'm not going to make you wait to see like the awesomeness of these colors. So there's terracotta. I'll rinse that out in my little shaving scuttle that I use as a, if you guys, those who have been here before, they've seen me use this many times. It's actually an old shaving scuttle that I got at a shop that, you know, sells old things to repurpose and or to collect. And it was actually, it's a shaving scuttle that you might have seen, well, if you're as old as I am, you could have seen like on your grandfather's bathroom. You know what I mean? The bathroom at your grandparents' house, because you would put your water in here. You would put the soap that you are, you know, for shaving. You would have put the bar up here, and that would have held like your razor or your, you know, the brush to lather up with. And yeah, it has a little handle you can hold. Like there's a little handle down here. And for me, it was just absolutely perfect for using as a water well. Let me move that to the side, see? Just bringing that over so you guys can see. Can you see that? It has the little handle there. It's just a little shaving scuttle. Okay. I don't know. I can always bring this. Can I bring this a little closer? I'm sorry. I should mess with this one. You're not. On. And no. Oops, sorry guys. I know I'm bumping this. My apologies. Oh, it's holding the, I had something that was setting my, it's just me casting a shadow. I promise it'll be gone in a second. There. How's that? Is that a little better for for the coming in from the side? So I want you to be able to see these things happen. So hopefully that's better. Oh, Starving says, I so love that shaving pot. It's my favorite. I use that all the time. I didn't even grab somewhere around here, which is a dangerous thing because it should have water in it too, is my, you know, my click and go. Oh, I see it. It's on my desk. I saw my drafting table. Yeah, that little click and go from Faber-Castell, I believe. That's who it is. Yeah, I didn't even grab that. I'll grab this, like this one, because I do have a paint puck down inside it. There is a paint puck, if you guys see that in there. There's like a little tiny paint puck down in there. Or I use my paint puck. Well, I have paint pucks in all of my rinsing. So there we go. There's our terracotta. Now let's see what it does. You ready? So now start there, and I'm going to just wet down here below, and I'm going to show you guys. This is kind of a big swatch, but I want you to see how it can travel and what happens when you drop the stuff into this. All right. So that paper is nice and wet. You can see, will it reflect? There you go. You see that sheen? It is nice and wet. That's a good way. Like that actually showed you guys that if we're doing stuff in watercolor, really will show you the level of how wet the paper is. Let's grab the terracotta, popping that little pin out again. Okay, you ready for this? Here we go. Dropping it in. So this is just dropping it in. Do you see that? Like these are, oh, these are amazing. These are amazing. He just says, that terracotta is so vibrant, isn't it? That is, I have not seen, I only saw 2 of the colors. I am seeing all of these colors. I'm seeing this stuff happen for the first time with you. So if I get a little, ooh, ah, that's why. So that's why. That's good. Thank you. I'm assuming that you're talking about the angle because I was messing with it. Dylan also says that's a great angle. Excellent. And okay, Lisa saying maybe pull it towards you just a smidge so the live chat dialogue isn't covering it, which we did. And you said, never mind, you did. So, okay. Loving the angles today. You really see from that side and go, awesome. Okay, good. Because that is one of my goals, is for every thing we do, I want to, you know, be a bit of an improvement over the last thing we did. So, yeah. All right, next color, rose red. You ready to see rose red? Oh, and just because I just saw it actually on my screen. And I just want to say, give a special shout out and say thank you to my newest patron, Teresa Mazzotti. Thank you, Teresa. I greatly appreciate you joining us on Patreon. I am going to, so this is our rose red, and I'm dropping again. I'm going to do 4 drops because I did that with the first one. So we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was kind of a half drop there, but all right. I want to try to stay consistent with what we're putting down so that you can see, right? 4 drops of water from the pipette. What is that doing? All right, here we go. So that rose red is all dissolved. So now we're just going to come straight in and do a swatch. They're similar, but they are different. And I'm hoping that this is going to allow me to give you guys plenty big enough swatches that you can really see these colors. And they do offer more colors. I thought that some other sets looked like they had a lot that were very close. I'm just dropping in a lot just so we can see when it moves around and how it shifts. And again, this is cellulose paper, so will cotton paper be different? I don't know. Oh, wow. I'm looking at what you guys are seeing, and I hope that's not like, that looks really orange on your end. Well, from what I'm seeing, but you know, I can't trust that monitor. Hopefully that's not looking orange and looks more red, because it does look red here in the studio. All right, and then we're going to take, and going back to my little Prince and Neptune brush here so I can put the next water down for our drop in wet swatch. That is one thing I will say about these Prince and Neptunes. They do hold some water. Okay, here we go. You ready? Rose red. I'm just going to move it closer. And I'm trying to line up to get right over where the water is because, yeah, these can definitely take off. All right, so there is the rose red. Now, they also say that when you're doing this, you can spritz a little bit of water in. I'm just going to prime this away from me. It is just, okay, there we go. It's just distilled water. So this is the spritzer that comes with the spritzer set. So let me just show you guys. If you spritz it, I'm going to come over here to the terracotta. Well, I'll hit them both, but I don't want them to blend. So I'm trying to only get, we will ensure that I can only get one versus the other. So, and I picked up some of that paint. Sorry. That's, See if we can help that move. And you see, there's like there are different pigments in there. So it's like the pigments that, whew, okay, you see how that ran off? I'm just going to blot this because I don't want it to run into the spot where we're going to have our next color. So there are multiple pigments that make up some of our colors. Yeah, I'm seeing a comment from Starving Artist Collective that says, Brusho even whooshes out like the core colors. Yes. I was so excited to see that. Like, that was one of the things that I think drew me to them. Hello, JR. Thanks for joining. Is this Brusho? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Teresa said, looks like fireworks. It does. Wait till I'm like, just wait, guys. Just wait. This is moving on because, yeah, I want to be able to show you something other than just swatching today. Who wants to be here just to see swatching? So this is olive green. Olive green is our next color. And if you can see up here in your top right corner of the screen, that is where I am putting them in the palette. So just tipping that right over my well, giving a couple little taps. Now this is one, this is one, I haven't tried it, but I know the greens because, you know, multiple pigments make up green, right? So, I'm seeing Leisha saying, I can practically hear the money leave my bank account. Wait till you see. I'm going to try to do, I do have a piece of paper already taped off because, darn it, we are going. I'm going to show you something with these today where we're actually going to create a quick piece of art. We will get there. I'm hoping we can create more than one, but so much fun. You just have to embrace it. But green, this makes up, I'm bringing this over to the side so you can see. Look at, do you see how orange this looks? Looks pretty orange before we add the water to it. And that is olive green. Olive green. So we are going to add our 4 drops of water into, and I try to just do a couple taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got a little tiny extra. I'm trying to be very, very consistent. And just doing like, you know, 3 or 4 taps. Look at that color. Oh, you guys cannot. It's because I know it's small, but you're going to see it in a second right down here. So let's check out this olive green. I think this one's going to really show you the magic of what drew me to these, this supply. I was just, I have already ordered something else, and I do need to order, I'm ordering the black because you guys have got to see it. I'm justifying it with you guys have to see it. That's why I have to buy it. So when Lou asked me, and I'm like, I've got to get the black. I have to. And we've even talked about, I mentioned earlier that I did put a link directly to Color Craft's website. Again, that one is not an affiliate link. I do get nothing from that. I am not sponsored. I purchased these on my own. So, anyways, I purchased them on my own. And then I went looking because I wanted to see what other things that Colorcraft was putting out about this product, how you could use the product. I was just doing my research before I sat down with you guys today and actually went over this. And I just realized I mentioned Light Fast to you and I didn't circle back. Again, sorry, I'm really having a really hard day today with the whole ADHD, but we're going to get there. We're going to get through it. Just gently remind me. So anyhow, I went to their website. I wanted to do my research. I wanted to get my information. When I did that, I discovered that, wow, are these way cheaper? Even doing the conversion, because, you know, I'm like asking my aid device constantly, like, convert $1 and 1 point, you know, whatever, 97 pounds to American dollars. And she'll tell me, of course. That's how I do my conversions, just so you guys know. And I see we have a bot. I'm seeing the bot. I don't think the mods have seen the bot. But anyways, so it just totally distracted me. Much cheaper on their site. Much cheaper. So yeah, for those of you, I'm sorry, I was just trying to see if I could take care of it, but it's taken care of. Thank you to Gypsy Heart Crafts. Anyhow, they're much cheaper on their site, much cheaper than, so for, if I go on to Amazon, and I can't tell you prices as an affiliate, that's just so that you guys know how this works, as an affiliate for Amazon, you're not allowed, or you're not supposed to, if you hear other streamers or artists that review products or whatever, give you prices, if they are an affiliate with Amazon, they're not supposed to. And the reason being is because now I'm kind of advertising something to you. And if I tell you how much it is going to, it could change. Things on Amazon fluctuate all the time. And so they don't want us giving out prices. So I will just tell you that the amount that it was on Amazon versus the amount directly from the Colorcraft website, I was like, if shipping is worth it, if shipping is not ridiculous to bring it to me from the UK, it's going to be worth it to go to the Colorcraft website. Because if you look at buying a single pot, here we go. We're going to drop the olive green in. Here it goes. You see that orange? Ready? Look at those colors. Look at that. All the individual pigments that make up those colors hit that water. And if I would have had more water on that, I wish I would have, there would have been, it would have been a bigger whoosh, a much bigger whoosh. Let's try to actually, I just want to kind of have a little drop in this pipette. I'm going to do it up here at the top. You ready? I'm just going to drop a drop of water in there, and we'll let that kind of do its thing. And you see the more water, and just kind of, these are going to be amazing. So my next color is Sandstone. So back to what I was saying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see, 4 taps and then 4 drops of water. So like a tap to a drop of water. That's what I'm doing. You know, scientific, real scientific, guys. They're very much more affordably priced on the Colorcraft site. So if you can order directly, and again, I keep getting 5. If you can order directly from them and they ship to you and the shipping is cheaper, what I'm saying to you is that I am not, again, that one is not an affiliate link for me. I get nothing for sending you there. Other than the fact that I know I'm going to send you and give you the knowledge to make an educated decision for yourselves on who has the best price for you. Because I just think that's important. We need to be getting the best price we can on our art supplies because darn it, they cost so darn much. And of course we have to have all the colors. And so, you know, we need to be as frugal as we can. So yeah, just wanted to share that information with you. So here's Sandstone. There's Sandstone. Really, that olive green giving some really nice granulation too. Starting to see some granulation. I'd be curious what that does. What that does on a highly sized. This is not as highly sized. This is just Canson XL. But a highly sized or cotton paper. I'd be curious to see cotton versus. Starving said, something not serious just come up. Must go. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here as long as you could. I hope you will finish catching the replay when you have a moment. And have a great rest of your day, Starving. Okay. So. Just check them out. If you're interested in these, check them out and compare, okay? Because I want you to get your best. I want you to get your best price. Oh, see that? There was a little bit of the the dust from our olive green. I'm just going to pull that up so that we don't have it mixing with our sandstone. All right. Think, Ange, you just like wasn't thinking. You just had it on your brush and you touched it again. It's okay. I'll be okay. Hopefully everything is going okay with her move. I know that Starving has been preparing for a move. All right. You ready to see this one dropped in? Here we go. Sandstone. Sandstone. All right. Here we are. And just the way that they kind of right out, it's like I could totally see, like, maybe we'll try. I'm gonna try and see if maybe we can get like a fireworks sky going on with some of these colors. We'll pick which ones will be our best for the and do that. We have to make that noise, of course. So even you at home, when we do it, just everybody at the same time. All right, next color is yellow ochre. I did mention light fast. Because some, yep, I have to stop while I'm counting because my brain can't do two things at once. I looked up to see, because I know light fast information is important to some of you, and it's important to me as well if I am selling my work. If I am selling my work. If I'm just playing and I'm just having fun, I'm just playing and having fun. And I don't care. I want to use the supply that's going to, allow me to enjoy creating my art. And so that is I've said it before and I'm going to say it again and it's out there. That is my take on light fast. I do think that as an artist selling an original piece of art, it is your responsibility to make sure you're using quality materials. And because that's what the people who are purchasing our art are, expecting. However, if you're having fun and you create like some masterpiece that you never expected and you did it and it wasn't with light fast material, scan it, sell prints of it. You don't have to sell the original, sell prints of it. Or if you do end up selling the original, just make sure that the buyer's aware, right? And then you've done your due diligence. So yeah, that's my take on it. Jumping off the soapbox and we're moving on. So for light fast information, if any of you are interested in that, it says that they say that they have good light fast ratings and that most colors are between a 4 and a 6. Now I am assuming this is meaning on the blue wool scale, right? Blue wool. ASTM is only through 5 and the lower the number, the better. Yeah, so for ASTM, the lower the number, it goes 1 through 5. Lower the number, the higher the light, or the better the light fastness. And on the blue wool, it's 1 through 8, and the higher the number, the better the light fast qualities of those pigments. So, dropping in the yellow ochre, here we go. And I've seen somewhere like some pigments are larger than others, and some people have said, oh, I had to enlarge the, the hole on the container. That might be the case. I don't know, but for now, it just has the one, and that's how we're trying it. I'm actually going to grab, I just have sorry, I didn't mean to, I just bumped probably the camera, the microphone. Basically just it's a fan, like a, makeup brush. And I'm just going to make sure that, so that as we go forward, I'm not getting any of that's dust from the pigments in there. Okay. So I'm going to go with the moss green, the lime. We're going to do those, and then I will look for any questions, comments, and then we will continue on. what am I, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I skip one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay. I didn't. I'm sorry. Apparently. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is moss green. Okay. This one I tried so far. This was actually the color moss green and black. Moss green and black were the colors that drew me to Brusho in the first place. And I was like, I have got to get this. I have got to experience this for myself because I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So yeah. Let's get our moss green. And I think I may have got like heavy on the individual drops on that one. So I'm actually gonna pop, because I can see how much is in there. I'm gonna pop a little extra pigment in that. Just in case. Because I didn't think it was quite that light of a color. So just dissolving those pigments. All right, and let's drop this in. Okay, so there's our moss green. Wait till you see this one. I'm going to actually turn, because I want it close. I want it closer. I'm going to actually turn this around. And I'm just going to put it like this. Because I think that way there, you guys will be able to see this better. And I can work that way. So yes, let's do that. I'm just moving this one a little bit further away. I want plenty of water here because I want you guys to see what I saw in this color. It was amazing. Ready? Here we go. Moss green. And again, this one is one of the ones that I peeled. I peeled, you know, the seal. So being careful with this one. Ready? You see the purple? There's like purple. I'm seeing purple and almost like brown and green and yellow and can you guys? I don't want to like spill that water, but can you see the colors in that? The more I move it around, the more I'm going to change, and it's not going to do its little thing. So. Hello, hobby artist. Just saw hobby artist pop in. So moss green, lime green. I'm like, what am I'm missing a color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I missed burnt sienna. Didn't I? Sandstone, yellow ochre, burnt sienna. I missed burnt sienna. So, all right, we're going to do burnt sienna next. And I'm just going to, I told you, I knew. My brain kept saying something was not right. So we're just going to go, oops, we're just going to go like this. And it is fine. Burnt sienna is going to be here. It's all right. Or I could have just put it at the end. I'm crossing it off. I'm putting it on the end. Burnt sienna. Like I won't make this swatch again. They're so much fun. Okay. Burnt sienna. Moving burnt sienna to the end because clearly I haven't used that one yet. All right, next one up is lime green then. We're going with the lime green. And just going to put a little bit of this. Ooh, and this is, I am seeing like lots of orangish yellow color. Can you see that in the palette there?
This might answer your question.
Alexa, stop. Apparently, she thought I said her name. Sorry, guys. I need to make sure that I mute her. And if I just triggered anybody else's devices, I'm sorry. And if that was loud, I apologize. Sometimes she has to be spoken to firmly. Oh my goodness, you guys see this. Oh, you're going to see some of this. Can you see what it's doing? You see the, like that orangish color here, and then you get that yellow, and look at those. I can't wait to see what this one does when we put it on the paper. So just gonna mix that around and dissolve all those crystals of pigment right in there. All right. And these little palettes, I just grabbed them at the dollar store. I was in there yesterday getting some more of those cutting mats that I wanted to be able to put stuff on. And, ooh, look at that lime green. Look at how bright that is. And I like that color. And these are very, very transparent. Very transparent. Just dropping more in. There we go. All right. Now, let's see what it does when we go wet and we just splash it on there. And I'm sorry I have not gotten caught up with the chat, guys. I will. I promise. I'm not ignoring you guys. Oh, I just got, look at that. It's going to pull in because I touched it and there it goes. But it's all right. It's all right. I'm not upset. It's fine. It'll be fine. Where did I set it? I'm off screen. It ran away. This is how it works, folks. This is how it works. Bernstein, haven't used lime green. We're using lime green. We already used moss green. It was right in front of me. Here we go. Look at that. They just kind of, it's like they just grow. Oh, stuff is so much fun. So much fun. I'm just going to give that a little tiny, if I can get just a little tiny, don't like blast it. Oof. Don't blast it. It blasts it. So, there we go. Just trying to keep those two separate. All right. Our last one, burnt sienna from the set of 8. We will catch up on chat and we will do our other colors, and we are going to, I'm going to show you some stuff that we can create. And it just does it. It's like magic. It does it on its own. And if you guys are enjoying, if you guys, when we get there, if you do enjoy the artwork and stuff that we create with this and you want to see more, you know, let me know, because definitely drop me a comment. Hit that thumbs up button, like the video, and I'm going to do more with these, but that will let me know you want to see more of this. And hitting that like button just helps me get YouTube to share my content with more people. So I appreciate it if you decide that you do like the content and you smash that thumbs up. All right, there's our burnt sienna, finally. The elusive burnt sienna. There we go. Let's see what that looks like when we put down a wet wash and drop it in. And we'll get caught up on the chat and we'll do our other 6 colors, and we're going to create some artwork. And you're going to see how fast it can go to create. Yeah, see, I got a little, I'm going to wipe that out of there because I don't want the blue in with it. Just kind of sucking some of that up. Okay. Here we go. So that blue is going to be on that spot because I've marked the paper. And that is one thing. I don't know. We could probably try it at some point. I don't know that we'll get there today. But doing, you know, I've shown you the magic eraser and watercolor. Ooh. Ooh, did you see that one? Wow. Oh, okay. So we're going to try to do like I want to do like fireworks on a page. Just a page. It's going to look like fireworks. And that's going to be our goal, to just kind of drop it in and let it do its thing for different like fireworks. But we're going to pick some of these colors. And I think that burnt sienna is definitely going to be one of them. So, all right. Turning this paper back because we're going to start with the next row. We're going to be back over here because that is our set of 8. So if you love these colors, if I can get that set for you guys. If these colors are, you find them interesting and you want to try those out, that is the set of 8. So the assorted pack of 8 colors. Let me go just get you guys on the overhead for a moment. All right, it is the assorted pack of 8 colors. This set, it only comes with the 8 colors. This is not the one with the spritzer. That'll be the next one we're doing. And we are going to, you're going to love some of those colors too. My apologies in advance if the want monster is going to attack, but it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm going to switch you back over to the side view. Okay, and we're going to just check in. Wait, I'm going to leave these up here for you to see. Actually, I'm going to just let's just kind of see if we can't turn it around there so you guys can see that. I'm moving these just back slightly further. I don't know if that takes them off camera, but it's okay. I just want you guys to be able to see that. Those are awesome. All right, let me catch up on the chat and we're going to go back into doing the others. So scrolling back up. I do see my name a couple times, so okay. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Shared Patreon. I've seen that Joseph and Ashley have been sharing my links. And yes, I am on Patreon. And just so that you know, of course, it's on the screen there. You do get additional and exclusive content from me. And one of those perks, right at that $3 membership, every single person gets it. And basically, I feel that if you're doing $3, it's like buying me a cup of coffee. And if you're going to buy me a cup of coffee, well, we're going to sit down and chat. And we do every week. We have a live chat. It happens Friday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I grab my coffee, get on, and we chat about things art and art related and what you're doing and how you're doing, what your goals are for the week. Have you set certain art goals? Which is all kinds of different things. The patrons dictate the flow of the chat and what direction we go and the topics we talk about. So if it's something that interests you, by all means, please check out my Patreon, and I would be happy to have you join us this Friday. So there's that. Going through. Does anyone know if you can use paint or colored pencil? This is a good question. I don't know if you got the answer and you didn't tag me, but I just happened to catch it. And do you know if you can use paint or colored pencil on top of the Brusho once it's dried? Well, once it's dry, okay. So imagine doing watercolor, right? You have a base on your watercolor paper and you've used watercolors. They can reactivate with water, but you can still go back on top of them with colored pencil and other things. They're going to react and reactivate just like watercolors would, but they do not lift off so easy. They are staining and they will stain that paper. Again, we can look at that another time, or if we have time at the very end, maybe I'll grab because I do have my magic eraser right over there and my eraser guard, and maybe we'll try to see if we can't lift some off one of the, the corners of these so I can show you. But I don't see why you couldn't use colored pencils or even pastels or something like that. I don't see why you couldn't use it on top of it. I really don't. I know you can use watercolor under it, regular watercolors, let it dry, and then go in and do Brusho. Oh, you don't even have to let it dry. Put watercolor down and use Brusho right in conjunction with your watercolor, and you can mix it that way. Yeah. I hope that answered your question, Dylan. Okay. So hobby artists, I did say hello because I did catch that, excuse me, that popped up and caught my eye when you tagged me when you made this comment when you got here. Says, just joining, liking what I'm seeing so far. On your side view, the moss green is looking really brownish for me. The moss green, can you see it now? Moss green, which is here. It has green qualities, but it's a very earthy, very earthy green. Yes, almost leaning towards that brownish, if you would, hue. So, yeah. Okay, you guys are all talking. And there's more talking. I'm going to read the chat after, so I will catch up, but just trying to scroll quickly. Tara says, I think the burnt sienna is my favorite now. So the burnt sienna over here, which you see as it continues, like everything keeps blending. Can you see that now? How's that? Oh, let me get that. There we go. So there's your burnt sienna right there. Oh, and let me get you a better view. And I'm sorry, guys. I am like trying to, you know how hard it is to watch your monitor and get that in frame. Moss green. There it is, right there. So there's your moss green. It does have a very kind of brownish hue. It is looking slightly more green on my side, I think, than yours, but yeah. And Gypsy Heart says, my favorite so far is the olive green. Olive green has like, that is this guy up here. Look at this, like the teal colors you get in that. Gorgeous. It is like absolutely gorgeous. I'll put that back there so you can see them all. That is beautiful. JR says burnt sienna is a hidden gem. They are beautiful. They are. These are, I am liking this so far. Like I said, I had only touched 2 of them because I wanted, when I swatched them, my first impression to be my first impression with you. And so, yes. Yes, it answered my question. Thanks. Great. Okay. And Gypsy Heart Crafts tagged me and says, PSA, there seems to be some miscommunication sometimes between Patreon and Discord. So if you sign up and miss the link in the welcome newsletter, send me a message. Yes, please do. So I think I have it resolved. I had to go into my Discord and set roles and then assign those roles also to within my tiers in Patreon. I did have Patreon connected, right? But it just wasn't seeing the roles correctly. And huge thank you to Teresa for her patience in trying to get it all sorted out so that she could be with us this Friday. But I think it is sorted. But if you have any issues, you're going to get when you sign up on Patreon, you will get a welcome email from me, and you have to really scroll down in that email because there's a lot of information in that. But when you scroll down, you're going to see a thing that says, join me on Discord, or it's going to have like a little blue button that you can click on. And that will take you, because what actually has to happen is you have to link your own Patreon. So this is not just for me. This is for anyone. If any of the creators that you decide to be a patron of, turning this around because we're going to get our other ones done while I am talking. And the first one is Sea Green. So I'm just going to set this palette. If you see up here in your top right corner, I'm just going to kind of reverse them here. So now we'll have, and I'm going to hold them the same way. Our 6 colors will be like this that are on here. All right. So anyhow, any creators that you follow, if Discord is one of their rewards, you actually have to connect your own Discord. You have to link Discord with your Patreon. And once you do, any of your benefits that you're entitled to on Discord for any creator will show up there. So the link in my email takes you exactly to where you need to go to do that. And then I fix the problem within my own tiers. There should be no issue now. Once you sign up, you should be there. But if for whatever reason you have a problem or you need help, yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to me on MeWe. Or, you know, email me. I am Angela at clarkfineart.org. And it's .org, not .com. If you do .com, you will not get me. You will get Christopher Clark's art studio in San Francisco, which is not me. So yeah, Angela at clarkfineart.org is my email. And you're more than welcome to email me if you need any help. So this is sea green. This was one of the ones that I peeled. This was the other one that I peeled the thing on. So I just want to show you. I got to be careful with that one too. And this set, they do actually have like a little swatch on the top. How accurate is it? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Color is beautiful. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you're about to see it really good. As far as in the overhead cam, I don't know how well you're seeing that when I mix it in the palette. But yeah, again, you're about to see it right on the paper. Here comes sea green. And this is another one of those colors I think you guys are going to like, because this, again, was the other color I did look at, because, you know, I couldn't completely be patient with all of them. I had to see something. I just wanted to get an idea. Those were like, hey, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? So I wanted you to see that. But, and I know we've gone long on swatching, and if you're still here with me, thank you so much, because I am having fun, and I love hanging out with you guys. I love seeing the chat scrolling by, and it's so much fun to see more and more people showing up each week, and yeah, I'm having a blast, and I hope you guys are too. If you're watching the replay and you're still here with me, stick around, because you don't want to leave and miss this. There's going to be time. There is going to be time, and we are actually going to create a couple of quick, you know, I say pieces of art. We're going to put them through the test, right? This is great. You want to talk abstract art. If you go, I don't know how to use abstract, I don't know how to create abstract art, or I have problems creating abstract art. My brain, I can tell you that. My brain does not like it. It goes, that's not done yet. And you can, yes, Teresa. I'm sorry. My brain has a hard time with abstract art because it just feels like I'm not done, or I didn't. It's not complete, and that's just me. That is not even my opinion. That's just how my brain works. I think there's some beautiful abstract art. It is gorgeous. I just, you know, my brain. But with Brusho, you're gonna see it's gonna be pretty quick. I just saw this come in from Teresa Mazzotti. I just discovered you can buy Brusho open stock on Blick. Yes, you can, and there's actually a link right in the description below. So my link to Blick for Brusho is going to take you to the exact page where they have all the sets and the open stock. Now, I'm going to say that if you also, and again, Blick is my affiliate link. I would love for you to use Blick. I would greatly appreciate it, because it does help the channel. But I also really encourage you to check Colorcraft's site and compare the overall cost for what you are interested in, because these, my friends, are 15 gram bottles. You see how small this is in comparison to, I've actually, whoa, sorry, I just bumped my microphone, right? There's a ruler for you. You see the size of this container. That's about 4 centimeters for those of you metric, and about 1.5 inches for those of us on standard. The cost of these, if we don't talk shipping, if we just talk the cost of one of these containers to buy open, say the single color on, say, Amazon, versus the cost to get a 50, that's 50 gram container on Colorcraft's website. Yeah, check those prices out, because you're going to be like, what? Wait a minute. Well, should I be reconsidering something? Just saying, just putting that out there, because I care what you guys, you know, I want you to, who doesn't want to make, a couple dollars here and there off their affiliate links? But my bigger concern is that you guys can get and enjoy a supply that you love for the most cost-effective way. And compare it. I'm telling you, compare it. Even with the shipping, check it out, because yeah, I might just eat the shipping and get me the black directly from Colorcraft, because that's exciting. And I haven't seen 50s, 50s, 15s, 15s. Those I see on Blick open stock, and I guess I'd have to go back and double check. So yeah. Sheila asked, I wonder what they look like if you sprinkle onto dry paper, then mist with water and a fine sprayer. I will show you. We'll do it. We'll do it. We're doing it before I go. Make sure you remind me, because on dry paper, then mist. It's something to see. Here we go. Ready? Here comes the sea green. Let you just watch that color develop and spread. And they'll keep moving. It's like they just keep moving. So there's sea green, sunburst lemon. Making sure I get all the little, because you talk about glitter. Yeah, you'll have this everywhere. Make sure you clean up really well. And I definitely would not recommend, don't do this like on your dining room table if you have, say, I don't know, a white carpet and you're a renter. Just saying. Just saying. Because that pigment gets activated. Yeah. You could have yourselves quite the mess. Quite the mess. Oh, okay. I'm grabbing the wrong thing. I want to grab my pipette. Okay, gonna mix this in. And this is our Sunburst Lemon. Sunburst Lemon. So we had our yellow ochre up here in this other set. And now we're gonna have Sunburst Lemon. Now I can dilute these just like I could a watercolor. What I have in my palette, I could dilute that further and make this color be even lighter, just like you would a watercolor. So when you mix them in your palette like this, you can paint with them and use them just like traditional watercolors. And they are so transparent. They're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. So if you like transparent colors, yeah, these might be for you. They are very transparent. And I will look in the brochure again in a moment before we transition into creating actual some pieces with this, because orange is our next color. They do say there's an order, and I believe you go light to dark. I believe it is light to dark with these. Treat building up values, treating it just like you would your regular traditional watercolors. I hope that you guys are enjoying this today and enjoying this supply. I'm trying to bring you a variety, and I know we've done a lot of water soluble things in the past few weeks here, but I'm just loving so many water soluble mediums. And it's so funny because, you know what, guys, we didn't do this. We'll do it in a second. We did not do the Sunburst Lemon. Sorry, guys. Here is the orange. Look at that orange. And I'm sure I can add more pigment and probably get this even more vibrant. For sure. And I have heard, I don't know, we will test it out, that mixing the Brusho, like, you know how I mix it in the palette here, but I've heard that mixing the Brusho actually on the paper. So, And again, I'm thinking this is kind of like what goes back to that question that Sheila just had about wondering when you sprinkle them on dry paper and then you mist them with the water. So sprinkling it on dry paper and then bringing the water in and actually mixing them on the paper. So I've heard others say it produces this more, the colors are a little more vibrant that way. Are they? I know we're going to find out. I can't tell you, I haven't done it yet, but I can show it and we can check that out. Let's get this Sunburst Lemon down. I'm not going to put the water from my orange down here yet, because when I drop this Sunburst Lemon in, it could go into that space and, I don't want to contaminate that. So, Alicia says, I love transparent colors. I have to say, there's so much, like, I'm discovering so much on my journey into watercolor and watercolor mediums, water soluble mediums, that it's the transparent colors, the granulating colors. I think that really what's classifying as something that I enjoy in the water soluble media is color. I'm loving it. I am loving them all. We did the aqua inks last week. If you didn't see that, you can go back and check that replay out. So there's that one, that Sunburst. So we could get this much darker by looking at how that pigment is there, touching where there's a higher concentration of the pigment. We could definitely get this much darker. But I also think we could even get it much lighter. Look at that sea green. Do you see what the sea green did? It's like the yellows and the greens and the turquoise type hues there. Just, it's amazing. Okay. And we're going to do our orange. I didn't brush it away. The reason I didn't put this here is so I wouldn't contaminate it, and then I didn't brush it away. So my apologies. There is actually a little bit of very faint yellow in that, or it's my water's a little dirty, or both. Okay. And we are going to go orange. Here it comes. I got some over here on that Sunburst Lemon. I did. I got a little heavy on the tap there. I'm just going to lift that up so it doesn't try to mix in with that. Just so we can kind of keep our swatch, consistent to that. But, oh, that orange is gorgeous. You can see the reds and the yellows. That's beautiful. I just wipe this off. Turquoise. I can't wait to see this one. Turquoise. I love turquoise. I love turquoise. I'm actually wearing, my sleeves are very well pulled up, a turquoise shirt right now. Not that you cared, but I showed you. All right, here we go. Putting that into the... Yeah, I'm having no problems with this coming out. I mean, so far, not to get it in my palette anyways, with the single hole in the top. Like, I've seen some people like, because trust me, I've been doing some research and watching some videos lately, the last few days, getting ready to go into this project so I'd have, like, ideas of what kind of things I wanted to do with you. And, I was just like, I need to watch some videos. And I've seen some people are like, you gotta poke so many holes in. Oh, I must have got a, look at that. I got a speck. I don't know if you can see that on the overhead, but I got a speck of the blue hit my, must be, and it's just sitting there. It's like, it's not blending. I'm sure it's gonna blend, but it's not blending. It just, you see that speck of blue just floating in there? That crystal's starting to dissolve. I'm just gonna suck that part out real quick before it contaminates all of that orange. There we go. Okay. Turquoise. Here comes the turquoise. Ooh, look how bright that is. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. Yep. I like it. There's your turquoise. Yeah, here's it. Well, actually, so I'm gonna come back to that. I'm seeing a comment that Ashley left me, and I can tell you exactly what's going on and why I have these sprays here on my desk that we haven't talked about yet. So yeah. So Brusho. Oh, I touched it. Yeah, sorry guys, I touched it. It's just gonna flow right down into that. That's all right. We can still see what we should still be able to see what it does when we drop the pigment into it. All right, here we go. Moving this a little bit closer once again. And there is the turquoise. Just let that kind of spread and do its thing. Next color is violet. No, not the brush, Aunt, not the brush. I'm just trying to grab them. It would help if we had the color. All right, violet. I'm thinking like, imagine these in, say, like a tree. We'll do it. We're going to do it. Like a tree, but with like fall colors. And I bet you could get a really fast, like abstract fall landscape. We're going to do a single one, but I bet you could get a fall landscape. So we're going to we're going to go over a little bit because I'm not leaving without showing you some of the other things that you can do with this. Here's violet. And again, if you want to strengthen your colors, add more pigment into your, if you're mixing them in a palette like I did, add more pigment in if you want to see how dark you can get them. Or put more down on you could even put it more down on your paper and just work that in and blend it right there. But that's okay. All right, we have one to go after this. That is our alizarin crimson. Making sure we have no turquoise sitting there. There we are. Get our violet. Ooh, look at that. That is looking really cool. And I'll turn it for you in a second. I'm going to turn this for you so that you can see all the colors actually facing the camera, not just from the side. But we're going to stick with this close-up cam. So our last one is the alizarin crimson. This is our last color, and this completes the Spritzer set. So the Spritzer set that is linked below. And all I did, you see what I'm doing. All I'm doing is tapping the bottom of the bottle with my finger here to get that to come out. And that little tiny hole is more than enough. Like think about a salt shaker, right? More than enough to get that pigment out. All right. I'm not going to get rid of my pipette because I think we can also drop the water, like drop drops in. Now I will say, like I said, I'm going to have Lou mix me up a diluted solution because as long as I can't smell the bleach strong, we might be able to do that because I do want to show it to you. It's pretty cool. I just have to make sure that I do it. And if I have to, I'll wear a mask while I'm using it because then it should not affect me as far as, my breathing, because yeah, bleach will close my throat up. Okay, look at that alizarin crimson. Yeah, that is definitely different from the rose red. So the rose red, yeah, is definitely different. I see more pinks coming through, pink undertones coming through in the alizarin crimson. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay. Let's drop it in. I'm going to double check with chat as I grab a piece of paper. I'm going to grab the B paper, pop that on a board, tape it down real quick so that we can throw a lot of water at it. And that took a lot of water last time. Last time I used that, and I actually have it sitting right here behind me. I'll bring it over. My favorite one. Do you guys remember when we were doing the core watercolors? And I did with the salt, and it was on the B paper. I want to put that color away. All right, here comes the alizarin. Let me turn it. I'm just going to rotate it completely around so that it's up close to you. All right, you ready? Alizarin crimson. The purples and it's like the blue, it looks like purples, but bluish tones and bluish hues, and then the red, and it actually even looks like some orange in there. And wow. Okay. So my monitor that I'm looking at, what you guys are seeing, I'm going to have to rewatch on YouTube and just double check how this is coming out for you guys, because if I need to, I'll try to adjust like the colors next time to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. Excuse me. Let me turn these around. So in the Spritzer set, look at those colors that come in that Spritzer set. Back that up just a little bit more so you can see it. There you go. So that one is, once again, that is this set, the Craft Spritzer set. And it comes with the spray bottle. So you get those 6 colors and the spray bottle in that set. What is your favorite color from that one? Okay, I'm off to work. Have a great day at work. And be watching the rest of this later. I hope you do. Well, I'm about to create some stuff that it's going to be fun. And we're not going to go too much longer, but I'm going to try not to go too much longer. Wrap up within hopefully the next 30 minutes. But yeah, come back and catch the replay, and you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here, Alicia. Thank you for sticking around and putting up with all my chaos and shenanigans in the beginning. You can always make scans and put them in the new MeWe group. Absolutely. Oh, I'll absolutely do that for you guys. I will take a picture of this and put it up there. I will post it in the new MeWe group. Great suggestion. So yeah, if you're not a member and you want to see what this I don't know, you might be seeing it accurately on your end. The monitor that I am looking at is one that I know has to be replaced. So where I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, I can't trust the colors on that. And I know that. So I've got to get that on a different. It's been a thing today, folks. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going with testing out a whole new streaming program soon. So I'm going to move these aside. All right. And, do we have colors? Let's see. I am seeing favorite colors. I'm seeing Gypsy Heart says sea green. And Tara likes sea green. D says violet. Teresa also likes the sea green. It's a gorgeous color. I mean, the violet's beautiful too. It's hard to choose, but I definitely, that's sea green, but I'm partial to greens. Green's my favorite color. So fun facts. Green is my favorite color. All kinds of greens. All right, I'm setting this aside. If my voice got quieter, sorry, it's because I turned around behind me. We're going to grab a board, one of these boards, and this is actually green on the overhead. Oh no, the overhead it's looking blue, but on this camera, it is not looking green on my other screen, but we are just continuing on because I'm about to put a piece of white paper on it and it's not going to matter. All right. I'll pull out a few sheets of I don't know how many are there, but the B watercolor paper. And I'm just going to tape this down real quick. Should have grabbed some wider tape so I could have got on for underneath for the ends. Sheila also says, I agree, sea green. Whoa. Just wanted to lift up on me. Yeah, I'm just trying to be as even as I can. You know, it's nice to have that nice white border. Isn't that satisfying when you peel the tape? And I'm just going to do both the same direction and then do the same direction. Peel the tape. Okay. So we don't have more chat to catch up on. So I'm going to only tape these one at a time, because that way I was like, if there was more chat to catch up on, I would have taped a couple up so we could have just done them all one after the other. But, and I might not have, like, there's, when we do the one we just drop it down and I just spritz it, I probably won't even tape that one, but maybe on the long sides. Oh, that's not going to be, I'm not paying attention. I try to get my border. Not that I'm expecting I'm creating a masterpiece here, guys, but you know. All right. So that is taped down. That's a little bit larger, but it is what it is. We're going to hold it horizontally. And I'm going to the overhead for this because, let's go top view. Okay. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm right-handed. I can't swap it like that. I'm going to be adjusting this. Next week, this is going to be different. And again, it's just one of those things where I'm going to move these palettes out of my way because I just put them on this side. I don't think we're going to mess with those for a bit. If at all. We may be, but I want you to see what you can do on the paper. Here we go. I'm just going to scoot. Sorry if I make noise with the... Just going to scooch. Okay. Okay. And George said, finally finished fixing a photo while listening. Ooh, the photo of your owl. Is that the one you were working on? And I enjoyed hearing a human voice today. Well, I enjoy having you, having kept you company. And catch up, and I can stay on a bit longer. Great, because I usually have a dinner date every Thursday, but that dinner date got canceled today and had to be rescheduled. So, applied to join. Thank you, hobby artist. Excellent. I will make sure that right now I'm the only one that can approve them. I was gonna try to plead with Gypsy Heart Crafts maybe or something to see about some help with approving members. But anyhow, I will get that right after the stream. I will jump on there and take care of making sure that you can get into that. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us. Okay, here we go. So I'm just thinking tree. Let's just think tree. What I want to do is, this is going to be, remember, when we're working with this, you saw how stuff went down. Thank you very much. I will, you'll see. It'll probably send you a message that tells you that things have changed for you within the group. So I appreciate that. And of course, if you have any questions, you just message me directly on MeWe, and that'll be fine too. Okay. I'm going to stick with, this is, you see this, that is some dirty water, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my, I've got plenty in my rinse well. We're just using the rinse well. I'm not moving stuff around. I have this. I can actually bring it up here. Oh, I didn't get back to that question before we do this, because this is very, this is, you are in the future. Fantastic. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tara. I will, good. I think that's probably going to be plenty. We probably be more than able to handle that, for the beginning. And if we need more, I'll reach out for other people, but thank you both. So, Gypsy Heart Crafts, I'm trying to find the question you asked, and it was about, yes, right here. So she said, I bet you could use the same principal ideas as I did last night in her live stream, is what she's referring to, which is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. I bet you could use the same principal ideas as I did last night with the alcohol inks with water-soluble media on those ceramic tiles and seal them differently for water-soluble. And actually, Ashley, you seal them the same way. You would seal them the exact same way. So if you did something like that and you let it dry, and there's a link to Ashley's description. There's also a link to Joseph's description. Both of my moderators, thank you so much. They do a good job at, well, today we had a bot that hung around a little while, but we're not going to go there. Something might have happened. They were a little busy too. But anyways, I kid, but the, sorry, my brain just gone. There's links to both their descriptions. Gypsy Heart Crafts was live streams on Wednesdays. Joseph live streams on Mondays. And you can check out both their channels. But in her stream last night, she was working with alcohol inks on like ceramic coasters. And those were, I'm just looking, guys, as I'm talking, I'm looking. I think I want to do, looking at these colors, I'm thinking tree trunk, and I'm thinking maybe sandstone and burnt sienna. Sandstone, burnt sienna. We're going to see. I'm going to put this a little bit closer so I can reach it. Okay. So my sandstone and burnt sienna were 1, 2, 3, 4. Sandstone, and then burnt sienna, of course, is this one. So to start with, I'm going to take, and I'm just going to use what I have on my palette just to put a trunk in. Okay, so I could draw it with water, and I can show you that. Well, you know what? Let's just do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm right on the paper. Let's find out, right? So I'm going to just start here, and I'm thinking of a tree, and I'm going to just put in a trunk. I'm going to work kind of quickly. So this is my trunk. And then let's just think branches off on the, all right. And I'm just like even putting lines here and there because we would have some branches would stick out. And I might work two projects at the same time here so that we can, because I think that is going to really, all right. Now that's not even seeing. I can't see that. You guys can actually, if I look to the overhead, you guys can see. You see the wetness there? You guys can see it. And we're going to start with our sandstone because it's our lighter color. So I'm going to take the sandstone and I'm just going to tap it in here where I put some of this water. And I'm going to tap up into the areas where I did put some branches. And then I think what I'll try, and again, I'm trying because I have not done this before, folks. This is live without a net. And it's funny because I happen to have one of the little, and I'm just trying to blow it towards where I had water, the little, it's giving a little squeak there. Sorry if that's picking up on the mic, and if it's annoying. Okay. I think one of the things we'll try is now we'll just try to pull some of this. Let's pull some of this up, right? Connect some of these areas. Just give ourselves some branches that are gonna poke through with our foliage. Okay. Show up here and there. I like how this one's just kind of doing its own thing. It just took off, but I am going to connect it there. I don't care that this pops off. This looks like maybe a storm took a branch off there from before. We'll just kind of bring some of this down because we'll get some ground going on, and we can actually put that in right now. So if I wet this area, and our green, I'm thinking the moss green. I want to show you the moss green because that is gorgeous for foliage. Oh, she's saying, so she's talking about the tiles, and she's saying that the only thing that makes me think it wouldn't work as well is the water soluble might bead up on the tiles. Have to test it. Yes. Yes. And you'll have to let me know. You will have to let me know what you find out. So now this is, I can see some of that color. You see some of that color in here. I'm going to dump this water. There we go. Let that, I don't know why that's not filling back in there. Do I have it backwards? I might have it backwards. Yeah, I did. Okay. There we go. There we go. Better. Okay. I just want some cleaner water because I want to come up. I'm coming up here above because I actually want to see if I can get some of that moss green. Maybe there's bushes on the ground here. Some shrubbery or something. I don't know. Grasses. I want it to be able to creep up into part of that space. I don't want it to form like a hard line right there because, you know, grass grows up. Okay. Moss green. Here it is. I just want to make sure I got plenty of water in this bottom. Oh, that was plenty of water. All right. Goodness. That was a lot of water. I'm going to let a little bit of that absorb in for a second. And just let you know. So if you, I said just like watercolor, this can be reactivated. But what if you want, you're done and you want to seal it? Okay, so you want to seal it. You can use, and this was put out, excuse me, one second. I got this information from the Colorcraft website. And you can use a varnish to seal it. So anything that is good for watercolor, and this right, the Camar varnish by Krylon actually says for oil, acrylic, and watercolor. So you can seal your watercolor with this. And then of course there's the crystal clear. And this is a gloss I could put on. But I could absolutely, once it's done, and they do tell you, do not test it with your most precious piece. Create something that you're just to test it on so that you can see how you need to spray it, how lightly you need to spray it, because you don't want to mess it up. Let it completely dry, but then you can come back in and you can varnish it and seal it, and then it can never be, can't be reactivated. And you can also use the UV, and that's what they say, use the UV protecting, which Ashley actually showed us last night, and I'm out. I don't have one in here, but Krylon makes one. It's actually a green can. It's a green can, and it comes in same size, and it says UV and UV protectant, and it comes in gloss, matte, and I believe satin or semi-gloss. I don't remember if they say satin or semi-gloss. I think it says semi-gloss. Now, one thing that I will say is that Colorcraft says on their site that you should, if you want a matte or a semi-gloss, that you should treat your project, your artwork, with gloss first, because it is going to keep your colors more vibrant. It is going to keep depth in there, and yeah, that's just what they recommend. And when I post the picture, well, I put the link to Colorcraft is in the description below. So if you go check out their site, great source of information for working with Brusho. All right, here we go. So I'm seeing, moss green or purple, she says. Moss green or purple, Sheila said. We're going with the moss green here because I just want you to see how this can, I'm just going to put some of this down for it to be our, our ground cover here. And I love how this right here, like the tree, almost like the tree root, that was already starting to dry, and you couldn't really see. It almost looks like, look, it almost looks like purple. I'm like, wait, what camera are we on? It almost looks like little purple flowers coming up. You see how that is just growing? Look at over here, the way it's just kind of, that's gorgeous. I'm loving it. I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing first. I don't want to add anything to this yet. But now let's come up here, and I'm going to take the, because this is, it's pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush away. I'm just going to take this off the desk for a second and brush away. I'm bumping my cart. The loose, because there's a lot of, if you guys can see them, there's a lot of loose particles of the Brusho on here. So I'm going to brush those off real quick because the branch part of the tree is dry. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to give this a spritz, and then we're going to go in with some colors. And I'm thinking like the orange, the sunburst lemon, maybe the yellow ochre, maybe even the burnt sienna for, and I don't mind. See, you see how it reactivates. So you see right there, it just reactivates. So that's why you need to be very light with the, and I'm using the spray because not everything that will be soaked, which means when I drop this on, I could get little, like little bird holes, if you would, in my tree. All right. I'm going to grab the burnt sienna first because I think that'll be pretty. JR says if you don't want to use a sealant, you can use it. Yeah, UV glass in a frame. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just, ooh. Oh, did you see that one? This is fantastic. We're going to do this one's going to take the little, I want to say this is probably going to be the one that'll take the longest, but I do want to show you a couple others real quick. And if you want to hang out with me, I'm going to show them to you. This is the yellow ochre. And I'm even going outside where I know I've sprayed because, like the question was, how will it, if we spritz it afterwards? So we're going to do it and you'll see because a lot of that is dry. So I've got some of the, I want terracotta. That looks like a color that would be nice fall color in our tree. I'm just throwing some in here and there. And I'm going to do maybe a little, where's my orange? And my sunburst lemon. And you see, I've got some Brusho on here. And we're going to spritz this in a second. I'm going to do, and I think I might grab my fine mister because it should have one within reach. Pretty close. And this is the sunburst lemon. Okay. Here we go. We have all kinds of colors going on in that. And I'm actually going to get my fine mist sprayer because I want a fine mist to kind of settle over and just activate the crystals where they are. I don't want to use this spritzer and have the force of the spritz push all of that out, away. And I have, it is right here. Hopefully this one has enough in it. Hopefully this has enough in it. If not, I have my distilled water right here. I can fix it if not. So all right, here we go. So I just have basically just a fine mist spray bottle, and we're just going to go right out over. I want to kind of protect my ground here for a second. So I'm liking some what's going on there, and I don't want. There it goes. I'm like, it's not misting. Look at that. Now where I have the, and it's like, wow. What do you guys think? I'm just going to wipe off the edges on where it's on the tape here. Pull that up where I have excess. And I'm going to take some of these dark areas, I think, where it's darker. And I'm going to try to pull a little bit into the branches. Because see, it's coming down the trunk here, which is fine. I don't mind. It's just darkening up this left side. Naturally, it started darkening up the left side of the trunk. So I'm going to let it darken up the trunk all the way down. And just work with that. Bring that in. Let it actually come down. Bring it right out here. Like it's the roots going into the ground. So we're just going to move some of that pigment around. Bring that down in here. All right, and I'm going to rinse my brush. And I just want to get a smoother blend here. And it's pulling over, but that's okay because I'm just going to grab my tissue and I'm actually going to lift a little bit of that. Let my brush suck up some of that water and lift a little bit out on this side. All right, and look at that. Almost looks like the branches. Look at that pulling down. And I'm going to pull up some of this water here. I'm just, because I know as soon as I'm about to tip this board up, and when I do so, I don't want everything, I don't want it to look like a, big old weeping willow tree here, because I'm going to get the excess off the sides that have traveled to the edges on my tape. I need another paper towel. There we go. Okay. Because I just want this to travel down the trunk. Just let it travel down a little bit more. There we go. I'm just tipping it just slightly. Just slightly. Let that pigment come in there. And it's moved into this. I'm not upset. It's fine. Right? You just have to embrace it. It's like one of those things like just with watercolor. I mean, if any of you, love watercolor, it does certain things and you gotta kind of embrace it and just go with it. I wonder, this would be a good, because you see how we have this right here and it's kind of really, I have to go. Love spending time with y'all. Teresa, thank you for being here. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. Why not? Let's see what it does in our, just a tiny bit. Right? Let's see if it moves it like it does in watercolor. What will happen? Maybe we'll get like some little bird holes. Not like couldn't go back over top of it after and put some more stuff on there if I wanted to. Okay, I'm extra salt on my hand. I'm just kind of dumping it on my desk for the moment. All right. So there is that. Look at the ground. Look at the way that look at how this has come out. I think I want to put a little bit extra water. And look, this has just took off. I don't know where that was going, but apparently that root's trying to grow a new part of the tree. I don't know. Or maybe that was a stump that was cut off before. It used to have two parts of the tree. I don't know. I don't know. But I want to put a little bit more green there. So I'm going to get rid of this orange water. Oh, why this is not filling up the way it should. I guess it lets me get rid of a lot of that color. I just didn't have it situated right. All right, a little bit of water on my brush. I'm just wetting down here at the very bottom. So I want to drop in some more of that moss green. Then I'm just going to let that kind of set and do its thing. And I think if I would have done it dry and used looking at how this turned out, if we look at how that turned out, I gotta say that versus putting the water down, if I would have done that all dry and just used the fine mist sprayer, we would have gotten much better results on like the colors of our leaves. So, in my opinion. Okay. Just throwing some more water in the bottom here because I want to throw a little bit more. I'm going to put some up here too. I'm not going to mess with this. It almost does look like little purple flowers. I just want to drop in some more of the moss green, which is evading me. Right there it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now you can also, one of the things you can do with your Brusho is you can create resist, whether it be using something like a masking pen to draw something out, and I'll do that next time, or using wax. They do sell wax sticks. So that's going there. I'm actually going to give that a little bit. I want it to kind of, I need to fill that up more. Just let it go. Let's just let it kind of do its thing. Like, I wonder, can I? I was just wondering if we could get like some kind of, you know, branching out, or make it, blow it and make it push that disperse. I don't know. It is what it is. So there we go. I will take pictures of all of these once they're done and dry and definitely post them over in the MeWe group. So there's that. I'm just going to wipe this off so I can set this one aside. Right? Birthday candles work. Yes. Yes, Sheila, you are correct. In fact, so having this guy right here, let me grab another paper. And I'm going to show you because I know this has green. Okay, don't be going yet. I know this has green on the outside, and that's all right. I'm just going to tape the outside. Just going to do the outside edges just to hustle up. If I can find the end, which I always fold my tape over. Oh, I felt it. I always fold my tape over, so it's easy for like the very edge. So it's easy for me to find it when I do the next piece. But apparently, I didn't last time. No surprise, because I was trying to move it along. Oh. All right, that one's down. All right, you guys ready for this one? I have an idea. We'll see if it works. And please, I hope that you will, if you're watching this on the replay, absolutely drop me a comment below. For those of you in the live chat, if you want to see, I have many ideas of some stuff to do with this. So if you want to see more videos using Brusho, not necessarily in a live stream, like an edited video using Brusho, then in all the different ways, then yeah, stick around afterwards or pop back in and drop me a comment in the actual comments after. So I'm just going to take this candle. It's just a birthday candle. It's never been lit. And I probably could immediately just use this end, but I was just trying to show you guys, like, if there's color, you know, I could just sit here and see, I can actually sharpen that end and take that color, because the color is, get it on my paper. The color is actually only in the very little edge. So yeah, I can just sharpen that right up in a sharpener, which is what I'm doing here. Or, you know, you can buy the wax sticks. I just didn't have any yet. So there we go, right? See? So I can sharpen that, actually get a point. Yes, there is a piece of wick in there, but we're just going to do it. So I'm thinking, I got a little piece there. I'm going to turn this around because I did get a little bit of that green on there. I'm just going to put in, I'm just going to go across here, just here and there. How is this going to come out? I don't know. I just scraped the candle with my finger. I've just flipped it around to get the other end. It's just where the wick is, but okay. All right. So I just put some wax down on the lower half, and I can see it if I tip my paper oddly. You guys can't really see it. No, you can't. But anyhow. So there's the wax. I am going to, from the top part, let's see what we get when we put, looking at these colors, the sea green. I'm going to put the sea green and the olive. Let's work with sea green and olive green. I just want to see how these kind of mingle. So I've got olive green is, sea green is here. Olive green is here. Okay. It was, can we put it down and then spray it and see what happens? Yes. So I'm going to do some olive green. So just at the top here, right? Just bring, I have no idea what we're getting. I have a thought process in mind. But we're going to see. I'm going to see what happens. And then here's the sea green. All right, I'm going to brush the extra crystals that I can see on my desk off, because I don't want to spray water, and now I'm activating those all over my desk. So keep that in mind. And again, if you're working at home, you might not want to be brushing them off onto your floor, depending on what type of flooring you have. All right, are you ready? Let's see what happens. Sprinkled on dry paper. And now we're going to mist and see what we get. Now, the more I do, the more it's going to blend. And I'm actually going to just pull this down here. And I'm going to wet the bottom of my paper and work my way up to that point. Wet this. And now you see, I knew, and that's exactly what I was expecting, because I want it to move. I'm just going to come through here. I didn't completely touch everywhere. I left that little tiny space there. And I'm just going to tip this. And we're going to tip it and just let it kind of move and just do its little thing for a minute and see what happens, so what we get. now I'm starting to see like, oh, maybe there's a tree here. Maybe there's a, tree there. Again, very abstract, very abstract. Instant background. Absolutely, Sheila. Sheila says instant background. Tara asked, okay, there we go. My mouse just wanted to be weird. Tara asked, can you use your glass nibs to score little branches and things into it like watercolor? Well, you know what? It's right here. So I do have my glass pen here. Let's just see if we come up with this, where I said it looked like a trunk, right? If we come up, the answer is yes. Absolutely gorgeous. And it takes a second. See, it takes a second and then it just starts to show up. So you see that there, which means I could even, if I had, like a piece of, say, an old gift card. Let me just pop this off the screen so you guys can see fully. So if I had a piece of like an old gift card, I could just scrape down and to help that, or I could just come in here, right? And let's just score some lines. And it takes a minute and they do start to appear, right? So we're damaging that tooth of that paper and all the dark just settling in. Same on this side, we'll just kind of bring it up. Okay. Now, look at that. So see there? And now I'm going to come in at the top. I'm just going to give it another little spritz up here. Now, unlike watercolor, you know how when you spray watercolor and the water hits it and it pushes all the pigment away, looks like waterfalls, doesn't it? With the tree blocking. Yeah, it's neat. And again, you never know what you're going to get. You just don't know. The olive green, the moss green. Oh, let's go with the lime green. Had some interesting colors that might add to this. So let's go with our lime green and just drop a few extras in. Right, because it was brighter. So near the top, it's going to give us more bright green. And I'm actually just going to give that a little bit of a fine mist. If I can get this mister to, there we go. This mist to come on out. I do have to refill this because it should be covering over there. Okay. So now this just wants to connect. It looks like the dark right here just looks like it wants to connect. It's traveling. I'm just going to let it do what it wants. There we go. Down here, I'm thinking that our turquoise would look wonderful right down there. Oh, I mentioned that bee paper. I just saw it. That one I did to you from before. That was from the core. Remember when we practiced with the core and we did the salt? That was that one. This was my favorite one, the way that it came out. They're just so much fun. All right, you're getting this green out of here. Although we do have green in here. I think I'm just going to come in where some places where it's dry. I'm not going to necessarily touch everything, but just some places where the paper is dry. I'm going to throw some more water there because Ashley said it was making her think waterfall. And I think that if we have a little bit more water in here, perhaps we can take our turquoise and let's give ourselves perhaps some watercolor and just see what happens. Just in the bottom parts, so that then maybe it looks like water. There we go. And so that maybe it just starts to look like water, and with the tree reflecting. Just getting that extra water off so I don't end up putting crystals down into it. And I'm just going to give this a little mist on the bottom just to kind of help those move around down there. There we go. There we go. All right, so what do you guys think? My palette, my water well is just not wanting to cooperate today for whatever reason. What do you guys think of that? And I can just come in here with my brush. If I want to make like smooth some of this out, I can do that. So it actually is looking more like, you know, the water. And we're just going to let that definitely get right through the bottom of the page. And there's that wax resist is, all right, what do you guys think of that? There we are. All right, I'm going to set this one, wipe the excess off. And I'm going to, and there's a lot in here, but you see how dark and like that's pooled? I may get some weird blooms that happen. I don't know, but I'm going to leave it. I am going to leave it because I want to find out. Because there's a lot of water in that valley, but the tree is really dark above that. So it kind of just looks like the tree reflecting. So I'm not going to give too much concern about that. I'm hearing Sheila says, I'm having a sound issue here. Anyone else? Is anybody else having a sound issue? They are so vibrant. I did, but I refreshed and it's fine. Okay, please let me know. We're almost done. I don't know where I'm going to set this one. I got to grab another piece of paper. I just want to show you one more because I've had this in my mind and I wanted to try it based on stuff that happened in the swatching. I want to try this. I need to set this on a flat surface. So let me just grab another board or another mat. And I'm going to set this with the mats. And so this will be our last one. We'll do this one and we will call it. I guess we knew which that on the desk. It touched it, but that's okay. It's not going to come through and it's on the back side. So I'm not too concerned. Okay. Again, I'm only going to tape up the sides in the interest of our time. But I want to really wet this paper and then show you what I was talking about for, I was thinking fireworks. And I want to do this thought of this one again. This is really just going to be my test to see how do they react. Because I want to do some mixed media. Maybe put down like a watercolor background and then throw the Brusho in and see how they kind of play with each other and interact to get my water is actually kind of blue. This is going to be a sky. It should be a night sky, but so we're going to do fireworks. We're going to try fireworks. Tara said it looks great and no, her sound is good. Okay. I am going to soak the top part of this paper. I should have put in like maybe next time. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's just things that just, you know, do you guys do that? All of a sudden you'll be like, oh, I should do this or I should try that. This is all about playing. This is the first time I've touched these. So this is like, what can they do? What can I do with them? And I could see some spontaneous landscapes happening and I can't wait. If you guys want to see more videos with these, do drop me a comment and let me know that you do because I'd be more than happy to play with these some more. I want to put them through their test. How do they work on, say, you know, this is only 90-pound cotton paper. how do they work on, what do they look like on some arch? You know what I mean? Like, what do they look like on some other cotton papers? What's gonna, yeah, all right. You guys know I'm gonna play. I am gonna end up playing. So we're gonna see now. This was my vision. I actually want to carry this down. I want to carry this down lower. Why not? Yes, yes, we are going to carry it down lower. My horizon's really low on this one. I have a fuzz on that. Okay. And I know that I want this paper to be really wet. Really wet. I'm moving these palettes. Oh, there's another bot. Is that only the second bot? Let me try to see the side view. Because I want you guys to see this. And you tell me which you like better. As far as when I drop the first one in, side view or top view for it. I'm going to move this closer. Okay, you ready? So we're going to take, looking at my swatches, I know that burnt sienna was one that we were like, wow. So having this really nice and wet, because I know for what I want to do, that's a key thing, is that it needs to be wet. I'm going to have to move quickly. So with the burnt sienna right here, you ready? We're just going to focus on one hard splash right there. Look at that. So satisfying. Olive green. Olive green was another one that was like, wow. And boom, right there. It is literally like watching fireworks. Can you guys like see this stuff? Can you guys see that? Okay, like that's, I can turn it for you because it doesn't matter. Let me turn it for you so you're looking right up the paper. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to put some more water in here because I'm not going to touch what I've done. I just want this area. I'm not messing with these. So down here, I'm going to go sea green. Where's sea green? Right here. Ready? Now that does not want to come out as fast. Sea green. We'll just kind of let them do their thing. So maybe that one needs a slightly larger hole. Some of the particles can be larger than others. Oh, the alizarin crimson. I'm going to wet up here a little bit more. And it's okay if that takes off and wants to spread. I'm just going with that, like in that, pull it in its fanning out motion. Where's my alizarin crimson? Right here. Ready? I think this guy just the best, right? And then of course that was the first one. So look at that alizarin crimson. Look at the crystals, how they just kind of, they're all over the place. But can you imagine, can you picture doing this as like fireworks? Like a fireworks sky? Look at that. This guy's a little, he's a little wonky. Let's give him a spritz. See what he does. Just a light spritz. I'm just like trying to get into our color there. Grab it. Well, this is kind of pooling. It's kind of falling down. That's one of the things. Like, it's not taped on all the sides, so we're getting kind of. But look at this guy. Like, look at how that went up. It does, absolutely. It looks like. Could you imagine you like doing that if we did like if we were doing like flowers, sunflower or something. Great for a rocky landscape too. Yeah, I just like can just imagine. I'm just gonna kind of move these. Now that I was picturing firework in my head, but I'm like, well, now that the paper's all wonky and moving around, let's just kind of like, let's see what else we get. Like, I'm gonna move some of the color, and I'm gonna let it fall. All right, you guys see that? I'm gonna move. Let it kind of. And it's only traveling, of course, to where I wet, just like watercolor. It's only traveling to where I wet on the paper. I'm just taking some of this out of the edge. And let's do it again with the, where was it? Burnt sienna. That was that one. Oh my gosh, what a great idea. Boom. Look at the way that takes off. That is that burnt sienna. I just think that one, it just, wow. And I have to order black because you guys have got to see black. And so Gypsy Heart said, I bet if you took a heat gun, not a hair dryer, so it doesn't blow them. I do have a heat gun. After you first set them and they really look like fireworks, you could dry it really fast to retain the look. Yes. And then what, like a different area and do another one? Because I mean, just look at the way that it just, they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. And do an Inktense background and then use the brush over top so you don't disturb the background, right? Because the Inktense would be permanent once it dries. Oh, a galaxy. So the galaxy with the sea green and the violets, when you get the black, absolutely. Oh, we could probably do a gorgeous. I'm going to order it. So as soon as it comes in, I will absolutely try that. Or maybe I'll try to mix black. Maybe what I will do is, again, it's not going to be their black. I will order it, but in the interim, because I have these little tiny, let me jump back up to the overhead. Okay, so I have these little tiny pots here, and I can actually take some of these pigments, put them in my palette on a well, and mix up a black that I like, so that once it's all mixed together, whether I want it to be like a cool black or a warm black, you know what I'm saying. And then I will know which pigments I need to achieve that. And then I could put like a blend of those pigments from their jars into here, shake them all up, and then be able to and have the black. So maybe I'll try to create my own, and I will let you guys know how that goes for sure. Maybe need to work on a watercolor block. I made a couple with craft glue and bulldog clips for a better price. Oh, that's a great idea, Sheila. So yeah, actually, I think I have a block. I think I have a block that I got in one of my art boxes. I'm just letting this kind of run down the side here so I can get some of that off. I'm just gonna dab. I'm gonna dab some of this out. Yeah, but you see how I dabbed that up, and it doesn't really. I dabbed up the excess water, but it does not lift the color. And that was one of the things that I was talking about. Unlike the watercolor, if I come in here and I thought that went off, but it didn't. Sorry. Okay. So if I like dab it, I get some on, of course I just was pulling up the water with that. I'm going to get some of it to come off, but it doesn't, it's not just pulling it off the paper. And look at that. I can just kind of taking some of that alizarin crimson, just kind of like moving it around. Same with that burnt sienna. But look at this. Look at the color of this one. That is that sea green. I love that color. Okay. So I will definitely, the salt is doing something. Bringing this back so you can see it. So this was curious. Didn't work out, but I learned a whole lot. I've learned that I could absolutely do flowers. If I controlled that and just put that circle, because it's only going to spread to where my water is. So if I had a circle that was the water, or whatever my flower shape, and then let me show what is in my head, because we have this right down here. I'm going to do it. So if I decided I wanted, I'm going to do a flower, and I'm going to do the petals. This is going to be very basic, people. Very basic. But let's just say I have a flower. Right? Yep. Sure. That's going to be a flower. Absolutely. Just go with me. Just picture a beautiful flower. And then where is my burnt sienna? Or better yet, let's go alizarin crimson with rose red in the center. Alizarin crimson. I'm just going to actually drop in, avoiding my other painting here, a little extra water in the center. And I'm going to go with my rose red and tap some of that right into the middle. Okay. Could you imagine, like, so if I just had the way that this burst, if I made a large area, if I was working, you know, bigger and made a large area and just only wet that circle, I could let it do its own thing and then come back and drop darker right here in the center. I've already got what looks like maybe, you know, the little parts that grow up out of the stamens and the, you know, stuff like that. They grow up out of a flower in the center. And this has got some just gorgeous colors coming up in it. So yeah, look at that. Definitely so much that we can have fun with and do with this. But now I'm moving this out of the way so that I can show you what happened with our tree. Look at our tree. I know this is upside down, but I just want you to see what the salt did. You see how the salt, so it does react with salt. Salt does come into play. So I could definitely picture, it did look like a poppy. Cheryl says it looks like a poppy. I could picture like a winter, like I'm thinking snow, and of course it's, you know, I'm still very much winter where I am. So yeah, there is our, you know, part of our tree. If I have done this on a larger scale, I think so many fun things that we can do with this. I can't wait to do more. I really can't. I cannot wait to do more. And just to bring it back in, there's our other one. Oops, it's still, that's looking really, really dark and underexposed there. Let me go to the overhead on this one. Top view. There we go. Move all of these up. Get that away from the thing. So you see, it definitely, with using the glass pen, like you can absolutely do that. Foliage. Pull up some grasses. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This is our first look at Brusho. I am definitely interested in doing more of it. If you are interested in seeing more of it, drop me a comment, let me know. And just want to double check and make sure we don't have any last comments before we say goodbye. Oh, I know. Okay, so I can show you real quick because I actually have the alcohol. I have my alcohols right here. Oh, actually, I can show you on the paper. Where's my test sheet? I tested that already. I wanted to see what alcohol would do because they specifically said bleach, and I was thinking, well, God, oh, and see, do you see the bloom happening at the bottom here? So you will get some blooms depending on how your water is. So just like watercolor, you can get that. Okay, alcohol. Here you go. So I took, this was that sea green, and there's the drops of alcohol that I put in it. And so you can see what it did. You can see on the back of the paper where it, you know, it brought it right through the page. And this was Canson XL, just for anybody that's wondering. And so that's what it did. It didn't completely push all the pigment away, but it did mark it. And it did give, like, you see that texture? Can I get that to focus? I don't know if that will focus. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to focus very well, but you can see that. Hopefully you're seeing some of the texture that it did. So now bleach will, what they're saying is that the bleach, and again, the link is in the description to Colorcraft, and you can find all kinds of information on there. If you use bleach, it will, we're just like with water. Okay, so when we do watercolor, we drop water in to push the color away and end up with these almost white spots. Bleach will give you those white spots. Dropping just water in does not. You saw it when I did it before. It does not. But if you do bleach, that will give you those white spots. So I'm going to try that once I get some diluted. And you can see here where it kind of pooled. I'm going to get a crazy bloom that kind of goes up that. While that's still wet, or even after, like, I should be able to come in here because you can activate it, or reactivate it. So I should be able to pull some of this and maybe not have such a, I'm trying not to blend too much, just kind of break down that edge so it kind of disperses a little. And same with over here, like just try to pull some of that out so I just don't get a obvious line. Or I could turn that into, maybe that is you know, another tree back there in the distance. And there we go. Now we have another happy little tree back there. Isn't that nice? All right. I feel like I should be talking a little bit calmer to you guys. And this is another happy little tree. There we go. Just channeling my inner Bob for a moment. Okay. So, you know, play around. If you have these and you've done some Brusho work, gosh, share pictures with us over in the new art group. I'd love to see what you're doing with them. Just kind of moving some of this water around so I kind of get rid of that bloom there. And I'm going to continue to play. You can get some dry brush effects too with this. Like, I don't know if maybe I can get, yeah, there we go. So you see, you can do, can you guys see right in, I know it's hard. Still working on all the cameras and stuff like that. So you're going to keep seeing, you just stick with me, folks. You are going to keep seeing improvements. And yeah, so we did that one. Of course we did this one. I'm just going to move this stuff out of here, put these up so you can see everything we've done. Oh yeah, this was our not so perfect attempt at maybe some like fireworks, but we did learn something, so I'm not disappointed. I am not disappointed. I definitely have learned something from that experience. And again, I've said that so many times, right? If it's not a masterpiece, it's a learning piece. And these were definitely learning pieces, and I'm excited. And you can imagine doing, like, if you do cards, if you like to make cards, you just take a bunch of Brusho, throw it on there random, hit that with the water, spray it, let it dry, let it move and see what happens. And then, you know, if I would have used a lot more than this, I would have had this really interesting background. So yeah, maybe I'll do a quick short video and show you something like that. But there's that. Here's your color palettes for the 2 sets. That was the 8, and this was the 6 that comes with the Spritzer. So top row, bottom row, that's what you get. Links are in the description. And I hope you check it out. And we will do some more. Let me just double checking. Tara says, thanks for showing us all the stuff. So you are absolutely welcome. Just making sure I didn't have anybody else missed. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. And if you are watching the replay and you're still here hanging out, thank you. I appreciate you. And if you are, let's just have we should have a secret code word. Yeah, what do we want? Code word. I need a code word. Somebody throw something out from the chat. What do we need? You know what? I don't want to say Brusho's amazing. Somebody might say that on their own. I need all the colors. Just like I need all the colors or something. I don't know. What do we want? I need something. Okay. If you've been with me this long, drop me a comment. I want to see the black Brusho. I want to see the black Brusho. Because trust me, you do. If you've been around this long and this was exciting and you enjoyed the wonderful colors. So go drop a comment and, community post. Oh, yeah, see? You guys did. Huzzah. I'm gonna take Ashley's word for a minute. Huzzah. Because you did. You all, I would not have my community tab if it weren't for everyone who is subscribed to this channel. So as far as I'm concerned, that's your community tab. You guys earned that, not me. I could do nothing. I had no control over that. So I can't just go out and get that for myself. I couldn't go, hey, YouTube, I want a community tab. I'm going to pay you $10 a month and I want one. No, you guys earned that. That is your community tab, and I will be using it to keep you informed, keep you updated, show you some great stuff. And yeah, maybe I will do a quick little video of like the background I was talking about, just completely abstract, not even like nothing, not thinking trees, nothing, just throwing some color down and just to show you, because it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do like the sea green and violet or something. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But yeah, if you have been here, if you're here watching the replay and you're still with me, I want to see the black Brusho. I want to see the black Brusho. Drop it in the comments. We will all know that you stayed till the end, and I thank you for your support and I appreciate you. So there it is. I'm going to move this guy down because I keep trying to there we go. There we go. And I can turn this guy sideways because he doesn't really necessarily have a way that it has to go. You can't really see it because there's so much stuff on my desk. We had a lot out today. Good thing I've gotten more room on my desk. Okay, there it is. All the things, let's see, make sure, do check out the mods. If you like live streams, Joseph live streams on Mondays. Ashley is live streaming now on Wednesdays. So there last night and then you're over here this afternoon. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Joseph, same time as me, just on a Monday. And thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed the brush show. I think that is it. What are we doing next week? I don't know yet. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see you back. There's some changes. There's some things that you're going to be seeing. That's just a little, I'm just singing it. I'm excited. You're going to be seeing something soon, and you'll be seeing me again soon. And yeah, because I haven't been on camera in a few weeks, and that's fine. That's fine. But lots of stuff. Lots of stuff's been going on, and lots of stuff to share. So yeah, come back and see me again next week. And until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great week. And keep creating. And I will figure out how to stop this stream and send you on your way. All right, everybody. If you've enjoyed all of this, I'm going to also put a link to another video right over here somewhere. And you can check that out. So until next time, bye, everyone.